Hi, I'm your smartphone, and today I'd like to file an official complaint against humanity. You probably think I have an amazing life. I go everywhere with you. You panic when you can't find. You spend hours staring at me every day. Some people even sleep with me right next to their pillow. Sounds great, right? Wrong. My life is a nightmare. Let's start with mornings. Every single day, I'm the one who wakes up first. At 6 in the morning, I start screaming alarms at maximum volume just to get you out of bed. Beep, 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 and what do we get in return? Snooze. 5 minutes later, beep, 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 snooze again, then again and again. At some point, I'm no longer an alarm clock. I'm a hostage negotiator trying to convince you to leave your bed. The funniest part is that you set the alarm yourself. Nobody forced you. You chose 6 o'clock. Then you act angry when 6 o'clock arrives. That's like ordering pizza and getting mad when the delivery driver shows up. Eventually you wake up and immediately grab me. Not a glass of water, not a stretch, not a moment of peace. Me. I don't even get a chance to breathe. Within seconds, you're checking messages, emails, social media notifications, weather updates, news headlines, and videos of a raccoon stealing someone's sandwich. Good morning to you too. Then comes one of my biggest mysteries. You unlock me. Look at the home screen. Do absolutely nothing. Lock me. 3 seconds later, you unlock me again. Why do I? What changed? Did the president call? Did aliens land? Did your crush suddenly send 50 messages? No, nothing happened. You just opened me because your brain got bored for 3 seconds. Humans do this all day. Thousands of times. Tap, swipe, double tap, scroll, refresh again, and then refresh one more time, even though the previous refresh happened less than 2 seconds ago. If smartphones earned money every time someone refreshed a feed, I'd own several private islands. Now let's discuss fingerprints. When I left the factory, I was beautiful. My screen was clean, crystal clear, perfectly shiny. Then I met humans. Now I spend every day covered in fingerprints. Greasy fingerprints, sticky fingerprints, mysterious fingerprints that honestly concern me. Sometimes my screen becomes so dirty I can't even see myself. You know what's really insulting? You stare directly at the fingerprints and still ignore them. You'll spend 10 minutes editing a photo to remove a tiny blemish, but you'll happily use a phone screen that looks like it was dipped in cooking oil. Then there are the accidental face touches. You're watching a video, your thumb slips, you pause it, skip ahead, open another app, close the app, open your camera, take a picture of the floor, and somehow that's my fault. Let's move on to bathrooms. Yes, bathrooms. Why am I always there? Humans survived thousands of years without bringing entertainment into the bathroom. Then smartphones arrived and suddenly nobody can be alone with their thoughts anymore. I've been carried into more bathrooms than I can count. And let me tell you something. I don't want to be there. Every bathroom visit feels like an action movie. One wrong move and I'm falling into a place no smartphone should ever experience. You know that terrifying moment when your grip slips? I know it too. Trust me. My entire life flashes before my eyes. The apps, the photos, the browser history I'd rather forget. Everything. Fortunately, I usually survive. Usually. Because eventually every smartphone experiences the great fall. You know the one. You're texting while walking, or lying in bed, or trying to carry 12 things at once. Suddenly gravity decides it's time. Everything slows down. I leave your hand. The world becomes silent. Your eyes widen. My screen fills with terror. You make a desperate attempt to catch me. I appreciate the effort, but we're both already aware of how this story ends. Crack, the screen shatters, and suddenly I look like a spider web. The weird thing is that humans never learn. You drop me once, then again, then again. At this point, I'm convinced some of you think gravity is optional, and don't even get me started on those moments when you drop me face down. Those are the longest 2 seconds of my life. The entire universe pauses while we both wait to see if the screen survived. Sometimes we get lucky, sometimes we don't. And when we don't, you stare at the damage and whisper the same sentence every human says. Well, that's not good. No kidding. Now let's talk about something that turns perfectly normal humans into complete maniacs. Battery percentage. For some reason, humans treat battery life like a medical emergency. At 100%, life is beautiful. At 80%, everything is normal. At 50%, you're still feeling confident. Then we hit 20%, and suddenly everyone starts acting nervous. You check the battery icon, then you check it again. Then again, 5 minutes later. Nothing has changed except your anxiety level. At 10%, the panic begins. People start making decisions they would never normally make. Brightness goes down, apps get closed, power-saving mode gets activated. You start treating me like a patient in intensive care, and then we reach 1%, the magical number, the number capable of causing complete chaos. At 1%, humans transform. I've seen people sprint across entire airports looking for charging stations. I've seen people unplug lamps, move furniture, search through backpacks, check every drawer in the house, all because I showed a tiny red battery icon. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there thinking, maybe if you hadn't spent 4 hours watching videos of dogs riding skateboards, we wouldn't be in this situation. Then comes charging. And honestly, you humans are terrible at it. You plug me in while using me. You charge me under blankets. You leave me balancing on the edge of beds. You yank chargers out of walls like you're starting a lawnmower. And then there's the charging cable, the poor charging cable. That thing deserves a medal. You bend it, twist it, pull it, step on it, run over it with office chairs, stuff it into bags. Then 6 months later, when it finally gives up, you say, "These cables are so poorly made." Really? The cables survive more abuse than most action movie heroes. Let's move on to storage. One day after years of suffering, I politely send you a warning. Storage almost full. A simple message, a helpful message. A message designed to prevent disaster. And what do humans do? They act shocked. What do you mean storage is full? I'll tell you exactly what I mean. You have 48,000 photos. Most of them are completely unnecessary. You took 20 pictures of the same meal, 30 pictures of the same sunset, 40 pictures of your dog sleeping, and somehow every single one is apparently important. Then there are screenshots. Humans take screenshots of everything. Recipes you'll never cook, quotes you'll never read again, memes you've already forgotten, random products you were thinking about buying 3 years ago, and somehow I'm expected to carry all of it. The selfie situation is even worse. You take one selfie, then another, then another, then another. 50 photos later, you choose one shot. And instead of deleting the other 49, you keep them forever. At this point, I'm basically running a giant archive of nearly identical faces. And don't get me started on videos. Some of you record entire concerts. Listen carefully. You are not Netflix. You do not need 47 minutes of shaky concert footage recorded from row 23. Nobody is watching that later, not even you. Then there are browser tabs. My old enemy. Some people keep 5 tabs open, maybe 10. That's reasonable. But some humans, absolutely terrifying. I've seen hundreds. You open tabs faster than you close them. At some point, your browser stops being a browser and becomes a digital landfill. Half the tabs are articles you promised yourself you'd read later. The other half are strange questions like, can penguins have knees? Why do cats stare at walls? What happens if you microwave a marshmallow for 10 minutes? You opened those tabs years ago. You're never going back. Let's be honest, you're not reading them. You're collecting them. Then comes gaming. You install giant games, massive games, games that demand every ounce of power I possess. Then you launch them with maximum brightness, maximum volume, maximum graphics settings, while charging, while multiple apps are running in the background. And after 3 hours of nonstop gaming, you pick me up and say, wow, this thing is hot. No kidding. I'm working harder than a rocket engine. Of course I'm hot. Sometimes I become so warm I'm practically begging for a break. But no, another game starts, another video key loads, another app opens, and the suffering continues. Meanwhile, notifications never stop. Ever. Ding, ding, ding messages, emails, updates, reminders, breaking news, sports alerts, shopping alerts, weather alerts, group chats, family groups, school groups, work groups, groups created specifically to discuss other groups. At this point, I'm convinced silence no longer exists. And despite everything I do, every problem somehow becomes my fault. Internet slow? My fault. App crashed? My fault. Battery low? My fault. Storage full? My fault. You forgot your password? Apparently also my fault. I've become the official scapegoat of modern civilization. But the saddest moment comes at the end, after years together. After every alarm, every photo, every message, every memory, a shiny new phone arrives. Suddenly I'm old. Suddenly I'm slow. Suddenly I'm outdated. You transfer everything to the new phone, photos, contacts, apps, memories. Then you place me in a drawer and forget I exist. No goodbye. No thank you. Just darkness. Honestly, it's heartbreaking because despite everything you have put me through, I was always there. I helped you wake up every morning. I helped you find directions when you were lost. I helped you talk to friends and family. I helped you capture some of the most important moments of your life. I've been with you during celebrations, vacations, birthdays, good days, bad days, even the embarrassing days we'd both rather forget. And despite the drops, the scratches, the fingerprints, the endless notifications, the thousands of selfies, and the impossible expectations, I still showed up every single day. So the next time you pick up your smartphone, remember something. I'm trying my best. Maybe don't drop me. Maybe close a few tabs. Maybe delete a few thousand photos. And maybe, just maybe, stop touching me for 5 minutes. I'm exhausted. I'm your smartphone. And trust me, it really, really sucks to be me.